Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome. Right now, we're just waiting to see if encoding overload will catch up. I tried to make one change, and it kind of already looks like it might be a little sus, which I think was this Vulcan change. So provides more consistent performance, especially when under a high CPU load. Not recommended for DirectX 11. Similar performance to Vulcan may work better on some Windows systems. So we were doing all DirectX 12 yesterday. I put on like all of NVIDIA stuff. So I'm curious to see if, I mean, we got encoding overload when loading the game, but we'll kind of have to see what it's like once we're actually in there. I haven't gone too far after the last time I played. Essentially what we're looking at is we're getting into these Val areas, and build wise, like, it's working. I'm curious on like how much better we can make it though, which might require some resetting, especially around some of my minion stats. Maybe straight up minion damage has to go and it's all health.
Probably shouldn't do that here.
Which luckily resetting doesn't cost a ton. Okay, so this is like first loading. But I think we had this issue last time. It's like as soon as you load in, it does a little bit of stutter. But then it's good after a while. It's like downloading shaders or something, I don't know. Never know how it is with these games. So yeah. There's a couple of things that I think I should probably consider. One is perhaps we go back to the Bone Wand. I don't think I have one on me. Level 9 Bone Blast, so it would be that. With the assumption that I could just get level 10 once it shows up. This means we aren't running a shield, which is kind of whatever. Let me just do a quick upgrade to this. It's a bad hit. So we would not be running a shield, which means we're losing out on life and some energy shield, which isn't a lot of energy shield, so maybe that's okay. I am sitting on level 9 Skeletal Warrior, but I also picked up the level 10 Malice, which is like a crit bonus. And it has minions built into it, but the only issue is you can't run 2 scepters at the same time. So the only minions that you actually have from this are Ray Zombie, Unearth, and then the Rangers and the Soul Reavers. And as of right now, what would that be? As of right now, the spirit cost that we're working with, one skeletal sniper is 100. So what, the first one's 35? So we're starting at 82. You go down to 47. So it's 35 a pop. If you go Skeletal Reaver, these things cost 33 a piece. So like, technically you could do something like that. 1-2 instead of 2-1. And like maybe that's easier for me to proc my bone stacks. So it's like, it's a lot to think about even for just these. But the question is, like, do I really, like, absolutely need the Skeletal Warriors? Or could these simply be Skeletal Reavers instead? Can I see their health? So we got minion info. This thing has 1200 life, really? They feel so much weaker than that. Compared to a Reaver, which has only 800. So we'd be, oh, well, this is using meat shield. That takes it to 1196, which isn't like super far. But I assume that these attack faster than skeletal warriors. And then like I'd probably take Bloodlust off. And we're only running 2 of these, so it's gonna be interesting. Graphics are so much better than PoE 1, first time seeing PoE 2. And this is NVIDIA DLSS. So like there's like extra stuff that NVIDIA's doing specifically to make this better. You can even see like the little gems bouncing on my shoulders, the chains. I actually didn't notice that before.
Can't do that here.
And of course everyone has skins and stuff on. I have none of that. Oh, we're down on fire. I will say the game actually is looking very, very sharp. Not enough spirit to be running Life Remnant. We cannot not run Life Remnant. Huh. So something's changed slightly. And I think it's because we lost out on a little bit of spirit on my equipment. Oh, you know what it is? It's probably these. Still 33. I don't know if it necessarily matters if I have these socketed or not. Yeah, still 33 a pop. Yeah, alright. So we're gonna have to get Life Remnants back. And I cannot turn off Grim Feast. And if I swap, that's 100 spirit. They both have 100 spirits. That's pretty good. Yo, Polar Bear, good to see you. Polar Bear, I don't remember if you were doing Path of Exile 1 or not. I think we have to do some resets. I'm like decently close. 3 points away to get Reservation, and then I'll be able to get Life Remnants back. Yeah, see, even just walking there, maybe we try going back real quick. We'll go back to DX12. It's gonna like restart the whole game, and we'll see what happens. You did play the first one, you haven't done 2. Any plans to do 2? Sorry, chat, we're gonna lag a bit while this is updating. Okay. Rip game. It's like, I can't tell if that was a crash or if the game actually had to relaunch in order to swap. I think most of the time if you change your renderer like that, it has to reopen. Been seeing the game, animations look super clean, and the game looks even more technical. Definitely more methodical than PoE 1. I mean, kind of depends on how you define that. But it's definitely not just spam one button and then everything dies in this. Yeah, so actually loading PoE looks better. We're still gonna have slideshow on the stream until this finishes loading. So yeah, like, I kind of appreciate this methodical approach to the game. The only thing about it is that now I'm so used to builds just working right out the box. And now I have to actually think about it a little bit, which is kind of new. Okay, so this has to load.
What have you learned?
I must.
I'm gonna assume just towns are gonna be the worst. Alright, so if I want to get 3 points, crit chance, increase spell damage if you've dealt a crit, so this is okay-ish. I don't think I can skip this stuff. This is part of our life. Cast speed for crit. Break armor on critical hit. Well, crap. I actually don't think there's 3 points I really want to part with, at least right now. I might just kill these off. Hopefully I don't need that dex. The minions are gonna be, like, significantly worse, I think. That's 25% life? No life in here at all? Alright. This seems not smart. How far am I right now? I think I'm just started into Act 3. So I've done a little bit of the first jungle. Clearing out some of that stuff. Hopefully this doesn't just brick my build. But the build is technically bricked right now if I don't do this. Alright. Dang, he has to load everything. That's so funny. Yeah, I've only done, like, the first Jungle Ruins and Infested Baron. There's so many more things that have to be done. One of these camps I couldn't find. I did do this extra objective that increased our stun threshold, which is kind of important. So now we have more reservation. It still says Life Remnant does not have enough spirit. Even though I just added some reservation. That's a little scary. Does it not say how much it costs to reserve it? It's really just the vitality support then. This is adding 20 spirit, but like I kind of have to have it because I need that 1% regen. And I can't toss it onto something else like Grim Feast. That's 30 spirit for this. I wonder if this is like even a thing. All right. So we can still do 1, 2. I'm like up by 51. A single skeletal sniper costs 62? No, it goes from 31 to 62. Okay. This is getting really interesting. Did we lose anything that was giving us spirit? I think I took off gear that was giving us spirit. I think it was my scepter that had plus spirit on it. And that's just like an RNG roll. I can't really bank on that showing back up, unfortunately. I am not convinced that this is gonna be better. This seems actually terrifying to not run the Skeletal Warriors. But we have to experiment. So we don't need Bloodlust. Spore attacks cannot cause bleeding. More melee physical damage against bleeding enemies. So really the Skeletal Reavers are just here to proc my bone shards. They should have more attack speed, etc, etc. Gonna lurk? Yo, Coach, thanks for stopping by. Hopefully you're doing pretty good in your journey in Path of Exile 2. So far, I don't think I've heard someone say that they are not doing good at all. It's just like different levels of how good is it. Malice. That's a buff. An aura. Yeah, so you can kind of see it around my character. I don't actually have to do anything for it. So if we were to run this, right? This seems so not good. If we were to run this, I don't think you need persistence, because if the monster's in the aura, it should refresh it, to be honest. It's actually not a lot you can add to it at all. And we don't run Clarity, even though I technically have a space for it. I guess there's nothing wrong with that. I have 31 Open Spirit. I could just add another Reaver. I'd rather have more skeletons than Clarity. Okay. So we still have our tanks, kinda. I lost a little bit of crit. But then I gained Malice, which is more crit. We can run this and kind of see what happens. I would also like to consider Bone Wand to replace my shield. And that gives me a little bit of single target damage. Let you know if I want to party up. I'm saving partying until probably after campaign. Once we get into maps, essentially. And most of the time when you get to maps, it's kind of dependent on if the person can even like handle the map or not. So even that's going to be really interesting to see how that plays out. I did not get the teleport to Infested Baron. That does not sound correct. But we can test our build here. A good buddy of ours, so Lawlash from Wholesomeverse, every season for PoE 1, he essentially makes 2 characters. One character is just a pure stat buffer. Like, all it does is buff his buddy stats. Like, that's all he uses it for. It's just an aura bot. Okay, so we don't want Venom Crypts. And then after that, he'll have like one solo only character. I'm gonna say it's a little touchy here. Because I think like one of the interesting parts about Path of Exile, wow, just loading this is a little laggy. One of the... This thing has been killing me. I'm trying to have a conversation here. Yeah. I might have to change some settings back to what they were. Because this is like straight up worse. What in the world? Okay. And then we spawn like right here, and this thing's right here. So it's like gonna auto aggro. So funny. That one taps. I mean, I get it. That should be dodge rolled, but huh. I'd say getting one tapped by it was like definitely not what I expected. Yeah, so it's like the minions have 1,000 HP each, and they get one tapped by this thing too. So who's supposed to survive against this? Okay, so that's crit malice, I assume. Yeah, unfortunately, after you die, the map resets. So essentially the monsters, and this is a rare that's on top of us. Wow, I'm surprised I didn't get one tapped by that. Dang, I wish that did like a little bit more damage. This rare has been in the way the entire time. All right. So sorry that was a little bit of a slideshow. So what did I change? Honestly, the stuff that I changed should have technically made it not do that at all. So I put on NVIDIA DLSS off of NIS. We can swap to the performance here. Let's try that. All right, can this be played with controller? I think a lot of people are actually playing this with controller. I wouldn't be surprised if at this point there's people who prefer controller over keyboard and mouse. I am currently not doing controller. I think I prefer keyboard and mouse, but I didn't say I tried it at all. Controller, that is. My expectation is I could probably do it, but I'm so used to doing keyboard and mouse, I may as well stick to what I know. Yeah, so critical sickness, like they're getting a stack per second. That feels not great. Critical weakness duration is 4 seconds, applies critical weakness to enemies every 0.82. I wonder if you can use like Swift Affliction to make that activate more often. I don't think that's how that works. Hits against the enemy have a 0.5 crit chance, stacking up to 20. Which sounds okay, but if you think about it, on basic monsters, and maybe basic monsters you don't care about, It doesn't stack fast enough. But like, what am I gonna use instead?
You're not going anywhere.
And I guess since I hit multiple monsters, maybe I'm getting a lot of stacks. It doesn't like show on my own character. Alright, I think we're still getting encoding overload during that fight. So like I said, the other thing I did was NVIDIA DLSS, which, as far as I know, should make things better. AMD FSR. I wonder how that is. Yeah, if anything, NVIDIA... Oh, wow. Oh my god, it's so... It looks so blurry to me. People play like this? Does it look blurry to you all? I mean, it probably looks fine. Because, like, you have to worry about the stream resolution, too. May require a restart. Yeah, let's at least try to get to the next area. Yeah, the Reavers certainly attack fast. It actually does look blurry for you? That's so wild. That's the AI upscaling at its finest. Oh yeah, you can kind of see when a lot of things are happening. All it does... Wait, it's not upscaling at all. Like, all it does is just make the entire game blurry. So you don't even know that it has a worse resolution or better. Huh. And that's not a PoE issue. I think that's just AI upscaling. In some games, it's fine. I was using it in Diablo 4, and it seemed okay. Oh my god, the one thing about these maps is not being able to find the exit. PoE 2 maps are so big. Infested Barrens! We did it! Let's get the teleport. So of course, loading into an area is gonna do a little something. A little bit of slideshow. See, chat, this is why you don't touch anything. This is gonna be a short stream, by the way, but if it turns into a full IT stream, that's not what I meant. I do like that I can pre-jack the bone shards and get the power charge bonus for it. That's actually pretty good. We just have to get the power charges. Right now, my only solution is pressing the T button on a corpse. If there's no corpse, then we don't have power charges.
You're not going anywhere.
And we have yet to see an option to get power charges off of bosses. Not yet, anyway. It's like they all require a monster to die. Even on other classes, it requires you to kill. Reavers are doing good. All right, let's try NIS. High quality GPU upscaling and sharpening. Cheap upscaling. I like cheap. It's not what we were doing yesterday. I think we were on the default NLSS, Northern Lion Super Show. So we'll just see how this plays out. So build-wise, the only thing I changed was I got rid of the normal skeleton warriors. And I gotta say, as of right now, I'm not missing them. Huh. I just don't think this scepter, this red aura around me, I don't think it's good. How's the build coming around for bossing? So right now, my only issue for bossing, in my opinion, is getting one-tapped. As I get more XP, it's only gonna get better. Almost like you're playing Elden Ring, a lot of issues in Path of Exile can be solved just by leveling up. Some people even farm areas like you're playing an MMO or something. I didn't realize this was a rare. It's like you could almost imagine this as bossing right here. The level up lag, what?
How useful.
So as long as I have skeletons that can tank, I think I'm okay. But as soon as that's gone, then all of a sudden now it's a 1v1, and we don't win 1v1s. Well, we do, it's just scary, you know? Let's head back down here. We'll bring the dex back, get the life. The other option, energy shield from your shield, we aren't gonna do. Increased cast speed on low life, reduced cast speed on full life. Not me being unsure. Is reduced or is increased better? Reduced is better. On full life. Where the idea is that this class has just a bunch of max HP. Totems, this is totem. This is all elemental. Storm Charge is actually very good. Increase elemental damage if you've dealt a crit recently. But for us to run crit on element would mean we'd probably have to run lightning. Attack damage. Minion tech. 25% minion life is pretty nice, but I don't know if I want to go through damage to reach it. I'm already kind of doing that here. You know, this was probably better than doing the 3 points down here, unless I absolutely need the dex. We don't get the revive. This is 25% life compared to 24 in these 2 points. And then this is worthless. I mean, I guess for right now, we could just sit on that dex and see if it becomes relevant. And if it's not, we just get rid of it. It's like 1,000 gold. Yeah, so like I'm at 1,000 health. I'm 200 more health than I should normally have. Which makes me think we can maintain that, like, high health stuff that's in the passive tree. Could be wishful thinking. I'm just looking at these. Proximal tangibility. No idea what that means. Maybe you can only hit it from close range. Hello? Nettle ant. That's disgusting. Yeah, so stuff like this is fairly easy, right? Cast speed would help us channel that faster. At least I'm pretty sure how that works. This might be an objective down here. Azak Bog. See if that's anything we actually want. Because you don't want to leave too soon. So there's a troubled camp here somewhere. We do have to get to Bog. We could just check to see if there's a teleport. Right at the entrance. Turn around and keep clearing.
A bog, overrun by savages. Time to have some fun.
You are confident? I give you that. Do you truly believe you can beat the Azak tribe? Do so, and my people would be forever grateful. Slay Inakdok and free the spirits of our stolen children. I'll wait here for now.
Yeah, so someone's son was already captured and dead. So now we're trying to go and, like, I guess beat the rulers of the other tribes. Something like that. Chat, if you are playing Path of Exile 2, there is an event going on to get a... I was almost about to say a mount. There's like a joke going on in all chat about like Diablo 4 better. And people are saying like, I can't even spend $40 for a mount in Path of Exile.
You're not going anywhere.
The Twitch event right now is for a pet. For 2 gifted subs. I got mine, I just have to link. I think my account's already linked. I think I have to just pick it up. I'm just, I haven't gotten a chance to do that yet. There, like, to be fair, there's plenty of $40 cosmetics in Path of Exile. Like, don't let anyone fool you into thinking that only Diablo has, like, really bad... I guess I shouldn't say it's bad monetization. It's technically good because it's only skins. But don't let anyone think that only Diablo makes you pay exorbitant amounts of money for stuff. PoE has it too. Don't forget, Path of Exile 1 is technically free to play. Though funny enough, when we were first trying it, one of our community members, Speedy kept saying that the game's not free to play, it's free to try. You're free to try the game. If you actually want to play it for real, you gotta be spending some kind of money. And I'm not gonna say that's a wrong take. But you can probably get a lot done free to play. Was the crab skin $45? Someone said that it's $1 per 100 currency, but I feel like that can't be true, right? There's no way. No shot. 100 points is $10? All right, chat. Math majors. 100 points is $10. Krusty Krab skin is was that 450? 450. How many real life dollary dues is that? Please. No more. Just give me that camp. And one of the updates coming up, they're trying to fix dodge rolling so you don't get stuck as much. Oh, there's a rare in there. Alright. Sorry, I have to keep watching OBS to make sure we aren't getting frame drops. It really is $45? Like I said, don't let anyone fool you into thinking they don't have crazy prices for stuff. Or maybe I'm the crazy one to not think that $45 is the cost of a Krusty Krab skin. Maybe I'm wrong. Yo, sound dev absolutely popped off in this game. So much money for a skin. I mean, you could buy a Lux or an Ari skin on League of Legends for $45. The question is, which one was worth $45? The Krusty Krab or... oh crap, which Lux skin is it? Elementalist Lux. That you could change from Dart form to Fairy form. Some may say none of them is worth it. I'm a believer in buying skins. I just have a limit. Like $45 for just one skin, I think that's kind of a bit much for me. Like if I wanted Krusty Krab, I'd say $10 tops. But again, maybe I'm wrong. Chat, how much would you all spend for a Krusty Krab skin? Like, just looking at it, right? It's the full set. It's multiple pieces. Arms, head, chest, and feet. Discounted, by the way, if you get the full set. Is $10 too much? 5 to 10 seems fair for Krusty Krab specifically. I don't know. Yo, Brian, good to see you, by the way. Celso, good to see you as well. If you own the game, You have no need to buy extra. Well, you can own the game and be ugly. Or you can own the game and have a Krusty Krab skin. And not be ugly. The choice is yours. Pay me $45 to use the skin. That's the dream. That's the only way you'll catch me in Krusty Krab skin. You never know. Back when games had loot boxes, I'm 99% sure if you got Krusty Krab in a loot box, you'd be using it. That's to say the only issue with the skin is you have to pay $45 for it. Otherwise, you'd be rocking it. Don't lie. Hands down, that would be the #1 most played skin. If it was free. I'm not gonna try to fight that thing. That's so much in the corner. It might cost you even more because of exchange rates. It is an in-game currency. Is it hopefully localized?
The Val used this device to operate the mechanisms in the canal, but we would need a special artifact to power it. From the translations I've made, I believe they were called soul cores.
Is this ultimatum?
I've never seen an intact soul core large enough for something like this, though. I suppose if you want to try find one.
Look at them not being able to kill. That's like so unfortunate.
Death gems. Some think that there's no way to know that.
But I don't think it's worth it for me to level up the skeletons. Like, yeah, we can give them base level, but besides health, I don't think I want them to do that much damage. I would love for them to do more damage, but it requires investment that we probably shouldn't be doing. We gotta drain the swamp. Probably is, but still be overpriced. Ooh. Found the rare. Can you all please get it off me? Oh wow, I could have died just then. I just walked right on top of those crystals. So we're full clearing this because, oh my god, another rare. Because we absolutely have to find the camp. Help! Predicted. So we do have Bone Cage, which is supposed to keep me safe. The only issue with it is that we're doing like a spell echo, basically. And it does reduce damage, and I think that reduces the chance of it to snare. However, we have 2 chances. Something like that. It's, I guess, more math to it than that. Troubled camp. A foolish place to sleep.
Pleased to see you're still alive. This jungle isn't just alive. Mind yourself.
Oswald.
The Val have captured the imagination.
I think Expedition is in the game. We haven't seen it yet. Level 9 Bone Blast. Trying to wait until we find level 10. Yeah, they were gonna try to like add in a patch. I saw that on their forums today. Like being able to just click to teleport to a checkpoint would be so huge. Like imagine I still want to clear out this area right here. I have to walk, hopefully it connects, all the way down to here. Or I have to walk all the way to the wetlands. Very bad. I mean, it's not bad. It's just that it's not player friendly, I'd say. I got stuff to do. Maybe she has info on soul cores. Because if I can get my second ascendancy point, I'd love to be able to do that. Like I said, I feel like everyone must have dual PC setups for Path of Exile. Am I on like a bad version of OBS? I can't be the only one getting encoding overload unless I need a new PC.
The thing I'll call soul.
I am not ready for a new PC.
I knew you were going. My tribe has spoken of it for generations. We see strange creatures there.
All right. So that's Bog. It's probably the only thing I have to do right now. I'm a little surprised that the build's working. I thought for sure I would absolutely need my old minions. Level 36. What level am I? $38. At what point are you considered under-leveled?
The Azak, their queen.
Because like a lot of people over-level for these games. And that's something I never do when I play Path of Exile 1. And then I complain about dying. Like, I always think I'm in an okay spot. Where are you all fighting? Nice. I love maps like this. It's so dynamic. Like, look at this level design. What the dog doing? Wow. It didn't hit me. But like, what a sick animation. Yeah, that doesn't kill. It's like, I need the minions to hit. Like, I get it. There's gonna be a lot of people who are, you know, gonna want to play Path of Exile 1 over this, and I completely understand. But this looks really good. I feel like even the biggest PoE 1 stan has to appreciate how this game looks. My Unearth didn't hit a single corpse somehow. I don't have Grim Feast running, which is fine. I just don't have the 30 spirit for it. I'm 6 spirit away. I have a bunch of gems that I haven't used. Oh my god, we have to level this up. I'm actually trolling. Level 9 Pain Offering, I'm not really using that. Level 9 Skeleton Snipers does not reduce the spirit cost for some reason. You could even think about possibly rolling into one of these. Because it's like, you could get elemental crit damage up and then roll something like Mana Tempest. Empowered spells gain damage as lightning, which is like added damage. Causes lightning spells that cost mana to also chain, but we aren't doing the lightning spell. We're literally just standing in Mana Tempest. Projectiles from empowered lightning spells will fork. We aren't gonna do that. 30% of mana spent while in the storm is added to this skill's mana cost per second. Wonder how that works if I'm channeling. Then there's Lightning Warp, teleports you inside the target's body, causing it to violently explode. That's... Is that Sadako? Like, what am I fighting in that screenshot?
Use Lightning Warp to teleport inside enemies and make them explode violently. This skill can only target enemies low on life. Look out for this indicator for enemies you can cull. You can also cast this skill on the projectiles from Ball Lightning to similar effect. Use Lightning Warp to teleport
That's kinda
inside
sick.
enemies and make them...
The target is destroyed. An explosion deals lightning damage to surrounding enemies and creates shocked ground. I almost think I need this. It's not gonna do like incredible damage, except for the fact that we could possibly opt into two things here. One is increase elemental damage if you've dealt a crit recently, which we're really spec'd out into crit chance. These are worthless, so I guess it would have to be the penetration. I wonder if there's anything else similar to this. And then the actual Ascendancy. Elemental damage also contributes to bleeding magnitude. So it would be like that explosion that goes outward could do bleeding damage. Elemental damage also contributes. I wonder if that means I still need to do some physical damage. Like, it's not an either or. It's like you have your chance to bleed is from physical, and then we're also going to add on the elemental damage you've dealt to increase those physical bleeds. Three points away from even trying it. It sounds fun, and it could possibly kill small monsters, which is like one thing I'm kind of having an issue with. Launch a fireball, explodes on impact, creating a nova of smaller fireballs. And I don't think there's anything else in here that she would want to use. Sunder sounds kind of interesting. That requires 72 strength, so I'm pretty far away from that. This stuff is strength dex. Requires crossbows, so we're definitely not going to do that. Consume all your power charges. Infuse the quarterstaff with electricity. Added lightning. That, like, requires you to have probably more than one quarterstaff skill. The combo thing looks interesting, but it only powers up your next attacks, which we don't do. Dash away enemies, strike it with an unarmed attack, applying your curse and marks. Requires unarmed. I wonder if you have to have a quarterstaff to do this. There's not really a ton of use to do this. If I could just do my curse, like, I don't know why I would have this and also have curses at the same time. I feel like that's something that only this character wants, which is the monk. Alright, we'll go ahead and get the skeletal upgrade. It did not increase the amount of spirit I have, which is the only reason why I didn't want to do it. And then maybe I'll save the 9 for, like, the next 9 I get on the lightning detonation, which actually sounds really interesting. So yeah, that is Path of Exile, is trying to find stuff that's actually interesting. I feel like PoE 2 is a little cookie cutter sometimes. But they swear that there's actual different things you can do as soon as you start experimenting. And that's just what I haven't been doing yet, is experimentation. So tired of my spells going backwards. What the dog doing? Level 10. Yeah, I feel like maybe you do farm a spot like this. Like, if you do want those skill gems, I just got 9s and 10s off this map. They can't kill a single mongrel by themselves. Something's here. Just magic tier? Leaving shocked ground? Oh, I can't shoot uphill. That was awkward. All right. Level 10. Next power spike is level 11. So funny enough, I don't have the intelligence to do this. I need 83 int. Which class does not have enough int? That's funny. Of course, that's like, I did that myself, but it's funny to think that why in the world does this witch not have enough intelligence?
Splinters of bone.
It's like I'm playing the wrong game. It's like, I hate having to walk and pick those up. I wish there was something I could do where maybe my minions could pick up the blood orbs. There's so many lightning trail monsters. It's like, how many did I just fight in a row? Guess I don't really need to pick those up. Yo, Fats, good to see you. So you played PoE 1 and now 2. Which one do I enjoy more so far? That's a tough question. So I'm not gonna say that I enjoy PoE 1 more. PoE 1 is like a 10-year-old game. So it just has so much stuff that you can do. It's really cooked in a good way. PoE 2 has like massive potential to it, but they did, at least it seems like, try to make a different game. So I have a lot of deaths. In PoE 1, I would not have died this many times. But it's because they did want to make something a little more hardcore, I guess. Which is cool. This is early access. I mean, Pádhraic H 1 is free to play. So if you were ever thinking, okay, which one should I play? Technically, you could just play Pádhraic H 1 and not pay anything. Pádhraic H 2 early access requires you to buy their founders pack, which was $30, I believe. So like maybe that's a major factor. I think I've said before, like, something I kind of find myself liking more in this game than PoE 1 is the fact that people are dying. I have to go down there, I think. And I'm not trying to be toxic or anything like that. All I'm saying is that the idea that everyone's loading up the game from scratch, basically, and people are dying to bosses, like, that's special to me. Big map. But it's almost like I have to do the full clear. I need the XP too. I need int. I think we'll have a free passive point we'll be able to get. I'm not using vengeance enough. Oh my god, if I die and this map resets, I'm gonna snap. And like even that, dying and then maps resetting, you also can't use your portal in combat, I believe, to like escape. I think people said you could still alt F4 out of the game and possibly save your character that way from a death. I'm not gonna go through all that effort. But like people are already trying to figure out like how can I cook the system to avoid dying. Oh my god, what even killed? Oh, extra chaos. Did I even have a checkpoint? Was there literally no checkpoint on this map? Feels bad. I was just talking about Alt F4ing to avoid death. Going back to base. Chat, I do have a hard stop today. In like an hour and a half or so.
How can I advise you?
Time to change.
So if I do this refund, because this is not... I don't even have any jewels I could be using, which is like really, really awkward. We're still trying to go this way. Wow, I'm 1 point away on intelligence. Mm-hmm. Just see what we can do. It's like, if it doesn't hit life, I probably can't use it. Like 21 life is a double hit. It's energy shield plus life. It's not terrible, but I'd have to... We're crafting right now. I would have to use a regal, which I have none, and then hit life again to make me like really want to use this. Trash. So we can't really take anything that changes attack ratings because we aren't really doing anything with attack ratings at all. $75 energy shield. Let's actually hold on to this. Okay. We have to get that level. To get level 10 int stuff. Never thought I'd see the day that I need int. Wrong map. Ziggurat encampment. That's also wrong, right? Oh, I died. That's why I don't have a portal. Yeah, death is like, it's super interesting. In PoE 1, like, eventually you get to the point where dying actually makes you lose XP. And you could be losing literally more XP than you've gained in a day. So, like, right now our XP per hour is 2 mil.
Probably shouldn't do that here.
It's funny to think about, like, once you start losing XP on death, that number is gonna show 0. You're getting no XP per hour. Typically, like, in PoE 1, when my character plateaus, that's how I know that we've, like, fully plateaued. I can't do anything. That's when I resort to either YouTube or Reddit to try to do some problem solving. Probably have to pick up orbs more often. Yeah, maybe I've been skipping them. Someone stop this. Someone stop him. There we go. Luckily, the path that you've made on the map is still there. I can't move. It's like, at least we know where we don't have to go. Wow, we found the checkpoint. It was right next to base. I just didn't know that. Yeah, so I have all of these orbs I should be picking up. Is this Necromancer? The class is basically a Necromancer. It's called Witch. But it has a bunch of stuff for resurrecting zombies. Or doing curses.
I recognize this ritual.
I don't know if Path of Exile has ever called something a necromancer as a class. I almost feel like they call it something else every single time. What a cool attack. That's not my bones. That's somebody else. Where are you all fighting? So you could go all out skeleton minion. I'm not. Right now, the skeletons are here to be tanks, and they also proc extra damage for me. They do attacks, and I cannot do attacks. I need someone to do attacks to activate all my bone stuff.
Borrowed power is still power.
Okay. So, we have to find someone in the village to kill. That was probably step one. Hopefully she's down here. Or they're down here. I've never played like a full minion build in PoE 1. Not for any particular reason. I don't know, I enjoy melee. Wrong button. Stuff keeps running at me. I didn't really want to go full pit for this character either. So right now, this is technically spell crit. Even though there's a very high chance that some of my stuff cannot crit. There's a little bit of bleed in here, because this character can spec into bleed. I don't really want to do a lot of that either, because I feel like it's a scam. Why am I taking so much damage from these? It's like I have to do my... Oh my god, what a slam. I have to do my full kit. Like, no one lived. Basket? Apparently that's not a thing over here. Yeah, so many monsters just come out of houses or like holes in the wall. So it looks like it's just two things that you're fighting, but then all of a sudden you're swarmed. It's kind of nuts. Taking us a little while to get this level. Alright, let's keep going down. I fear if I keep going backward, then we're probably going away from wherever the boss is. I swear my minions are like fighting nothing. Hold. Only hit with 5. Yeah, when the shards go out, it does some pretty real damage. But of course, when it comes to Path of Exile, you never do enough damage. There's always an upper limit. And it's always not where you are. It's always higher. It's just a matter of figuring out what are you missing to get your damage up. Dang. It's like, I want to participate, but my bad. My bad for walking up. We'll know where we need to be if we see a checkpoint. Got the level. That should be pretty big. Imagine knowing what you're fighting in there. There we go, jeez. Alright. So I need to find one more int somewhere. Funny enough, crit. It's critical nodes here. Crit damage bonus, crit chance. I don't think we need raw crit chance, really. Yo, Harmy, how's it going? It's going pretty good. I do like my character. Of course, she could be doing even more damage. But I think that goes without saying when you're playing Path of Exile. Increase critical damage bonus if you've gained a power charge recently. And power charge duration. That's like kinda unnecessary because I spend them very quickly. Power charge is like kinda weird in this game, now that I think about it. Increase crit damage bonus if you've dealt a non-crit recently. I mean, I guess I can go this way to just pick up these crit nodes. This one's weird, though. It makes you think that you don't want to have 100% crit chance. Like 85%, so you can get this 25% damage bonus. That's kind of weird. I wonder what the math is on that. Because I could simply have 100% crit and never lose that 25% non-crit, or I can have a little bit less than 100 and somehow get a non-critical hit to boost my critical damage. Anyway. Level 10. Probably Bone Storm. Reaver does reduce its spirit cost. I need 5. So does Snipers. I need everything, really. So I guess you Bone Storm first. Since that's our main skill. Alright. Haven't found the boss yet. It's like every time I think I see something that could be a boss, it's just a dude. Just a normal Joe Schmo or Susie over here. No one special at all. They just happen to have the best looking skills in the game. As a normal trash monster. Yeah, I guess I have to vengeance these. They don't die in one volley. We'll head down. We're trying to find Ignog. Minions. Oh wow, I actually can't hit that angle. I need the rare to come here. Yeah, I think that still hits even in the shroud. Spells can't miss. So even if I'm blinded, it doesn't matter. I guess I should pick up Colossal Flasks. What are you all fighting? Wait, they're just fighting the Bone Wall, I think. Which, now that I think about it, I don't have Bone Wall as a skill. And that seems wrong. Ow. Huh. Where in the world's the boss? Is it like in here? I definitely would have thought it would have been down here. Not me about to full clear this map. Maybe you become a crazy demon later? That's actually the other version of Witch. The Fire Witch becomes an actual demon with demon form. I think you lose health every second while it's active, but it gives you just a bunch of cast speed. Probably damage too, but I know it gives you tons of cast speed. That is where we are. Maybe right here. Because this kind of like goes down into the darkness. Into the fog of war. Something's here. Oh, it's just these. Yeah, in Path of Exile 1, I've played a decent amount of Elementalist. Typically Fire Elementalist. And I just didn't really want to do that here either. We have level 2 support gems now. Shoot, I'm about to farm this map. So level 2... increase critical hit chance each second. Once you crit, you lose the stacks. This support cannot be socketed into this skill. Then why show me it? Support skills cannot generate power charges. It will consume a power charge if possible. Chance, more chance to crit. What's our crit rate? I think I need some power charges to see. So Bone Storm, crit chance is only 35% across like 10. I think it's more than 10. Power charges do not contribute, apparently. Support skills that you use yourself. I do use Bone Storm myself. Support skills cannot generate power charges. I don't know why potential can't go on Bone Storm. Unless it doesn't work on channeled skills, and it just doesn't say that. Splinter. Support skills that hit enemies, causing those hits to break armor based on the portion of the physical damage dealt. This is actually legit. I wish I could take off Pierce, but I feel like I can't. And I need the cast speed, too. Uh-oh. Bone Cage, we can get Spell Echo. Support spells that affect an area around you. Supported spells echo, causing their effects to happen again after a short delay. Cannot support channeling or remotes. Less cast speed. Echo has a bigger area. That's like... So right now I'm running Spell Cascade. It might be better than the Cascade. Let's just make sure it's not like a different level 2 I should be using. This is what Path of Exile is all about. Looking at menus. Less cast speed. Boosting damage at the cost of cast speed. I don't think we can do that. Deal more damage to enemies with broken armor, but prevents them from breaking it themselves, so I cannot do that. Supports any damaging skills that you use yourself, granting it significantly higher chance to crit, but cause it to gain a longer cooldown. 8 seconds to get a big cooldown reduction. Ain't no way. I don't think this is the way. Unless it can somehow boost every single one. Spirit skills trigger Mana Flare on crit. Causing it to trigger a Mana Flare on critical hit, the Mana Flare consumes your mana to deal fire damage. Is that gonna kill my mana? That sounds actually sick. And maybe that's also gonna get boosted by Storm Charge once we're able to get over there. Supported skills deal no elemental damage. Does the skill itself? No, Mana Flare, I think, is its own thing. I don't think Brutality kills that. I wish it showed me Mana Flare in here. Consumes 20% of your current mana to do that much as fire damage. That's gonna be so painful. I gotta see this. I think I did one. It's working. Goodbye, mana. It's kind of sick, though. We're not using level 9s. Oh, we were gonna do the level 9 on this, just in case this does become a thing. And that's gonna go into storage. We still need Grim Feast back. Okay. Just had to make sure this was still working as intended. So, I know I was saying for the longest time that I do not use mana in this build at all. So, like, I needed a use for mana. This could be it. It's just gonna be really interesting if we end up, like, not being able to run the build anymore. Alright, so she is in here. Oh, wow.
You're embarrassing us as that witch.
Okay. Finally. I kind of stood there because I thought I was gonna be outside. What kind of Elden Ring ad boss is this? Oh my god. This boss is kind of lagging me a little bit. It's not lagging the stream though, so that's all that matters. Oh my god. Alright, she's broken. Can't really do much about that. I need a damage chart. I gotta know, like, how much damage was just the minions, and how much did I actually contribute. That was, like, not awful.
It was deserved. I draw the line at children, unless provoked, of course.
Can't use any of this. That was, like, surprisingly decent. I think we could maybe stick with this setup then, because, like, again, I'm not using the regular minions, the skeletal warriors, that is, which come from this thing, so that's gone. I'm using this red aura, which is Malice, which I thought was gonna be bad, but I assume that's increased my crit rate. On crit, I didn't really think I lost that much mana. You all can't really see because it's behind the camera, but she never complained about mana cost, which means we're fine. What? For how long? It's like, am I supposed to keep farming the map? As soon as I leave, I'm gonna lose this. Or maybe the game's trying to tell me, oh, you have an item in your inventory that's giving you those stat bonuses. Back to the lag. Quest item. Right click to break the skull and release the energies within. This is max spirit. I actually need that. And it gave me a level 10. Could really boost up Grim Feast. It doesn't lower the spirit cost and gives me more energy back. Oh, this is a level 10 aura. So we have new ones. Cast on minion death. While active, gains energy when one of your minions is killed and triggers socketed spells upon reaching max energy. Cannot socket spells which will create another minion. So every time a minion dies, you get 50 energy. Modified by the minion's power. Trigger all socketed spells and lose all energy on reaching, maximum energy. I think I have to take that, but that's a really expensive spirit cost. Turn socketed curse skills into vile auras, applying their effects to all nearby enemies. 60 spirit per curse. This is also really good. Crap. I need spirit. I don't think spirit's on the passive tree. So spirit only comes from gear? And then stuff like reservation? Wow. I don't know how to do this. So we have 55 spirit. You all can't see, it's behind my camera. If I had 5 more spirit, we could get one of these giga spirit gems. Which could be like AoE vulnerability around me. This thing cost me 150 life to cast it, which is like really bad. And I often forget to do it. That's probably what I should do, to be honest. Technically, vulnerability. No, that doesn't consume spirit. All right. Dang, spirit cost. This is unbelievable. I think it's probably blasphemy. Even though this is like incredibly fun. I need more of these. Like, I can't level this up. This requires more dex. While active, this invocation gains energy when your energy shield is damaged by a hit. Using the invocation once sufficient energy is gathered will consume the energy and trigger socketed spells. So it's just, as you lose energy shield, you cast spells. So it's like cast on hit, basically. Which is a thing in Path of Exile 1, but it looks like it's maybe tied to energy shield. Cast on crits in here too. That's gonna be fun once we get that much spirit. While active, your undead reviving minions can be used in place of corpses. That's how you get the corpses. You need level 14 to do that. Oh my god. Wow. Chat, we're gonna be going for like another 30 or 45 minutes. I do have a hard stop. Let's turn this stuff in.
You have slain the Bog Witch?
Oh my god. I guess these are charms for every element, but I only have one slot for charms, and it's currently dedicated to stun. Immunity to freeze, used when you become frozen, bleed, poison, ignite, shock. I think the only one that really matters is the freeze one. I just feel like this doesn't really happen to me at all.
Witches like hair give the sisterhood.
I feel like I have such good stuff in my inventory now, after having what felt like nothing this entire time. We're probably doing the aura no matter what. We did not have Pierce, which is gonna be kind of interesting. So all of this is currency. That's how you kind of change your gear around. I do still have this one if I want to do a Sanctum. I don't think there's really much point in doing that. Level 29, level 26. I don't know if there's a real point in doing low-level Sanctums. Okay. Gear.
Alive. Ah, some pretty things, yes?
Like, I'm not gonna find something with spirit on it. That's the sad part. I don't really know what kind of items are going to have spirit. I'm down on fire res.
Take your time.
That's gonna be something that has to be solved sooner rather than later. Can barely equip any of the stuff that this guy's selling. I think maybe I've had a hat with spirit on it. Obviously, body pieces can have spirit, and that's a low roll, I believe.
Don't get eaten.
All right, so right now we gotta figure out how to get 5 spirit. What a sad sight. But it's like, it's such a power spike if we can actually get to that point. Or at least a quality of life spike. Spirit. Not a thing. Alright. Let's, not a lot of upgrades I can do. I now feel kind of okay about losing my scepter.
Take care.
Technically, there's an NPC down here that has, like, random stuff.
Feeling bold?
Like, you get a random wand, random scepter. Just, I have the money. We can do one. Alright, trash.
Maybe next. Good luck.
Good job.
Welcome. Keep your eyes shut.
Alright. Now I kind of like my character, at least a little bit more. Of course, we could continue to farm this area, but we're gonna go back. Find the Chimeral Wetlands, which we did find. I didn't go into it. Maybe I should have. But it looked like there wasn't a portal at the very front entrance. Which now means I have to freaking walk around. It's gonna be awful. That's a dead end. Maybe we'll get lucky. I highly doubt it.
Back off!
This game is basically all about luck. But like, is my game full of luck? I don't think so. Yo, I might need clarity. Gotta say, the explosions are kind of sick. It's basically cast on crit early. And I'm pretty sure it's doing damage, even though we have no elemental damage allowed. I do kind of wish it showed me what the number was, so I could truly prove that we're doing damage with the explosions. I can't move! Alright. Please, I need the luck. Just let the entrance be, like, right here. It's not. Could maybe just run it. We have the snares. But I'm getting stuck on stuff. Oh, so we lost Pierce. So unfortunately now it's like kinda harder to hit monsters behind other monsters in this setup. Hopefully that's not important. Like, as cool as that looks, sometimes these things straight up miss. Oh, body rune? Max life? We take those? Yeah, so my assumption is that just like walk around the exterior and we'll find, yeah, here we go, perfect. All right, that was not as bad as it could have been. I gotta remind myself, I need to get the pet. I already did the 2 gift subs to my own channel yesterday, and now I have to do like linking your Twitch account to Path of Exile. There was a waypoint. All right, let's let the lag subside. Think we're good. Whoa! What the world was that? Those are like placeholder images for my curse. So we are here to find a mechanarium, which would be really sick if that's the entrance to Ultimatum. It's crazy how bad it lags. I swear it wasn't really doing that yesterday. But maybe I wasn't paying enough attention. We haven't done the restart either, since doing all of those changes. Might be time for a PC upgrade. I'm not ready. Like, it's so much work. Like, it's more than just reformatting. Like, I have to do exports of every single OBS profile I have. I have all of these drives. Like, I think I have 4 different drives running. So besides my C drive, I have a recent recordings drive, which is my V drive. I have a Z drive, which has all the games on it. And then I have an E drive that has DaVinci Resolve and all of the editing stuff on it. So I believe I have 4 drives going at the same time. And like, to be fair, is it just plug and play? Maybe. But like, that's a step that I would have to do. Like, even if I got a pre-made system, I would have to do the work of putting in all of these drives. The only thing I would really consider getting a new PC for is the fact that none of my USB ports are USB-C. So I'm running like so many USB-A to USB-C connectors. That's probably like making each piece of hardware worse. Like, my soundboard is USB-C. I have it plugged in with an adapter in like a 20 USB port, the external port. Like, there's so many workarounds I have going right now. It probably is a need to swap. I just don't want to do the work of swapping. I got 1 stack. Like, 1 single spike hit that other flower. Wait, are these heads? Those are heads inside the flowers. I actually kind of dig the game. Not gonna lie. People always say sometimes you gotta stream something for fun. This is my version of streaming something for fun. Not that other games I play aren't fun, mind you. Just more so, this is a treat for me and whoever else seems to enjoy Path of Exile. And there's a lot of people. Like, funny enough, this is what, the number 4 or number 5 game on Twitch right now. And I say ever since Sanctum, every season, Path of Exile shoots up on Twitch's most watched. And I think it's better every single time. I was even checking out Wooly, who does a lot of Risk of Rain 2 stuff. Wooly's been spamming Path of Exile. I don't know if it's like a favorite game for him or not. I should probably grab these. Huh. I wonder if the fire explosion has an internal cooldown. I don't think I've ever seen it do multiple explosions. Or even if it's like just 1 time per spell use. Supports any spell that hits an enemy, causing it to trigger a mana flare on critical hit. The mana flare consumes mana. Yeah, it has a cooldown of 1 second. And it itself can crit, which is kind of interesting. Oh, the fire damage is based on the mana spend. So the more mana you have, the more damage it deals. It's interesting. Beeline saying none of us are ready for the new PC. To be fair, if you just like go cold turkey into the new PC, it's probably gonna feel pretty good. Like, just bite the bullet, don't care what happens, I'm just gonna upgrade. It's basically a reformat. All those games you have installed that you aren't playing anyway, these are all gone. Maybe you're gonna lose some photos, but all your photos are probably on your phone anyway. Like, what are you really losing? Besides time. But you gain. Like, think of the gains. As a matter of fact, the time that you lose could also be the time it takes you to install the next update of Fortnite. But now you have the new PC and, like, it instant uploads. You gotta think long term. Lose the time now, get big returns later. Losing the Pierce feels kind of bad. It's only cast speed I can really get rid of. What about the money? Yeah, I suppose that's a problem in and of itself. I mean, don't they always say when the new cards come out, the other cards go down? NVIDIA 50X cards are coming out, right? Maybe you wait until those drop and then you'll be able to hook yourself up. Or maybe it's time for a Steam Deck. If the game's not Steam Deck verified, maybe it's a bad game in general. Deadly Nest. Oh my god. This thing's lagging me. That's exciting. What's the mechanic? Give me these. And it's not that complicated, it seems.
Splinters of bone.
Crap, I missed the shard. Whoa, this thing does poison? So 5 things I wish I knew. I'm dying to poison. Unlucky. This fight was not made for me. No one thought about witches when they made this fight. Inscribed ultimatum. Why does that lag me? Bail confirmed? That's funny.
A relic of chaos, it seems.
Okay. Okay, so that's gonna be our next ascension. That's fun. Quick time check. 30 minutes, maybe not enough time to do the ascensions. We're just gonna keep going through this map. Apparently that is the next thing to do, but there's a camp here and a toxic bloom, possibly. So we can look for those. Again, today's gonna be a short stream. Definitely thank you all for keeping me company when it comes to the Path of Exile. It's a tough game, but it's satisfying. Like, when something works, it feels really good. I feel like I'm moving extra slow for some reason. Like I'm encumbered. Just not a thing in this game. Oh my god, there's like a bug where if you have click to move, the character will like lock in the direction it's facing for a spell cast. So I just shot all of those missiles into nothing. They say something about nameplate movement. Like the character locks in on your own character, so it just shoots the missile straight down. Rather than knowing, like, I want to walk backwards. The solution is also just to play Wazda and not play click the move, but we're not doing that. Yo, Chris, good to see you. Heavy armor has negative movement. Does this armor look heavy? Why am I so freaking slow? I didn't change anything. That's another level 2? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Crap. I don't know what I would want to do here. Curse zone from supported skills erupt. Cause them to curse enemies more quickly after being cast. That's not what that sounds like. Oh, it activates. The erupt is just the activation. Supports curse skills, causing them to cover a larger area, but takes longer. Corpses consumed by support skills have a chance to not be destroyed. That's actually pretty interesting. Huh. You can see it change with armor. Oh yeah, the move speed should have like a negative number, right? If it's being reduced. -3. Why do I feel like I've been at 100% all the way up until just now? But I didn't equip anything. Bone Cage Spell Echo is still incredibly interesting. Sport skills cannot break armor. Skills consume enemy broken armor to do more damage. Break armor equal to 15% of the damage dealt by the skill. Skeletal Reavers can get Feeding Frenzy, but we don't want them to take more damage. We need their attack speed. Maim, I think, is damage dealt reduced. Slower movement, slower evasion, which we don't care about. Malice can get Herbalism, increased flask recovery we don't care about. I probably have to get Clarity at some point. We don't care about Pain Offering, they don't have a level 2 option anyway. It might be corpse conservation. I like spell echo. And I probably want to use this if we ever go back to minions. Raise zombie. It's kind of redundant since I'm using spell cascade. So this is what jail looks like right now. It does my one small circle, and then it randomly assigns a direction for the other ones. Hello? Oh my god, what am I targeting? If we swap... And technically, yes, you can spell cascade plus spell echo. But I don't think that's good. So with spell echo, it looks like this. What? Isn't it supposed to expand? Support skills have 30% less cast speed, which we don't care about. The echo has 30% more area. That's 30% more area? It's like 1 pixel to the left. Interesting. I don't think we can lose lockdown. Lockdown just makes it easier. Dang, I kind of wish the echo also cascaded. I think it does. That's really slow, by the way. Support skills have 120% more pin buildup. It gets enemies closer to you. So what this does is that the actual lockdown portion is called pinning. This makes it easier to pin the monster on the first try. Getting the spell echo makes it so that if it doesn't pin first try, it will hopefully pin on the second hit. Spell cascade technically gives you 3 more chances for it to pin. But I don't think that's as good as 120% pin buildup. Because like I have to actually land the other hits. 16-inch is 30% larger than a 14-inch? Oh my god. The actual reasoning. Unlucky. And that went out pretty far. It may not line up exactly with the hitbox. Wait. Something changed. I'm doing fat rolls now. What? I didn't change my gear. So my body armor that I've had on this entire time, if I take it off and dodge roll, what happens? We're still fat rolling. Huh. It's like I almost have to look at my stream from earlier today to make sure that I wasn't fat rolling. But that is incredibly interesting. And I don't know how to feel about it. Oh, I can spell cascade profane ritual? That's kind of sick. Also vulnerability, but I don't think that's necessary. It might even increase the cost, and we're not gonna be doing the curse anymore manually. We'll be doing it from the aura.
Mark of heresy.
Oh, there's probably no other corpse, even though there's clearly corpses right here. I don't think it's working. %20 less area. Supported spells that affect an area around you or a target location causes those spells to target additional areas on either side along a random axis. So, like, it should kind of work here, I'd imagine. Huh. Is that a bug? I mean, you can equip it because all it cares about is AoE. It's reducing my AoE. But it's actually not doing the cascade part. And maybe because, like, it's kind of difficult to find a legitimate minion. Like, maybe the game won't do that for you. But that definitely defeats the purpose of even trying that. Okay. Maybe it's this map. Maybe this map has like a heavy mist or something, so you can't function as well as normal. I hate that. You all can't see, but my character loves just shooting the wall. Something's here. Toxic bloom.
Someone ought to cut all this back.
Do they have lawnmowers? I don't think they do. Yeah, so like there is a mist. My dodge roll has never been that bad. Come on now. Ow. Can you all enrage, please? Yeah, it doesn't matter.
I was fond of it.
All right, is that the last thing on this map? There's still a camp somewhere. Let me back out. I'm almost of the right mind. I don't know if you can dodge roll in town. I assume not, or else you'd see people dodge rolling. Just spamming it. You can. That's better, right? I still have the move speed down. Was I tripping? I swear I was not dodge rolling this well 5 seconds ago. No. It's like an FPS issue. A frame rate issue because my frames weren't matching with VSync. We were actually like doing worse. A bug after spider slow. It just kept you permanently slow the whole time. I mean, I'm not opposed to that being the answer, as long as I'm not crazy. I'm gonna put Spell Cascade back on, because like there's, I mean technically it's bad to put it on in case we have less AoE. For all I know, maybe that was bugged. Alright, lots of targets here. Surely, Spell Cascade works. I don't think it works. Yo, Smosis, good to see you. An enemy slow that never went off. As long as you all agree that it looked worse 5 seconds ago. Someone analyze the footage. I should probably check up first. Chat, we're looking for a camp and then I gotta call it. This game loves when you full clear the maps. You get rewarded, hopefully with an objective of some kind, and you're not just wasting your time. Temple of Chaos. Apparently I need to come here. This ultimatum. Emperor, good to see you. I'm not gonna do this yet.
Power of chaos.
Chaos. Offer an inscribed ultimatum to undertake the Trial Master's challenges. So this is how we would get our next ascendancy point. In PoE 1, ultimatum was basically fight waves of monsters, but they're buffed on every wave. I don't remember if you opt in to what the buffs were. I feel like it's just, here's a random buff, like monsters do 10% more fire damage. And you would think to yourself, I'm taking 8% extra fire damage, so maybe we don't want to do that. Compared to the other way you ascend, which was Sanctum, which is basically a roguelite map. Roguelite dungeon crawl. You have a door, and you pick which door you want to go in. Hopefully it's a good door. And then by the end, where you fight the boss, hopefully you've picked enough good doors that it's easier for you. It's fun, it's just, I feel like on some classes it's not very well balanced. Sanctum requires you to not get hit. So if you have like a heavy physical character, like melee only character, it's very easy to take hits. Technically how it should work is that you take reduced damage because you're running an armor class, but there's very limited ways to heal it up. It's almost like you have a score. Every time you get hit by a monster, you lose score. And once your score hits 0, they just eject you. It's absolutely diabolical.
Splinters of bone.
It's like, do I have to do a spin? 360 no scope just to make sure that the aim isn't broken? Came to say hi right before bed. Good luck on the runs. Thank you. I'll probably do the ultimatum offline. Like I said, we're gonna be stopping right after I find this camp. I'm sure there'll be more opportunities to do ultimatum. Don't you worry, chat. I hate having one monster to fight. I feel like it's a waste of my bone shards. And like, I can't really shoot around corners either. Yo, Ethan, good to see you. Stop by to say hi? Well, hi right back to you. I was working on YouTube today. Windblown video should be up tomorrow. For all items tier list for Dead Cells, I'm currently in the A ranks of getting all of the editing done. It's all recorded, I just have to put the flashy stuff on it. Which is basically like I have to name every single segment with an animation. And it's like 180 segments. I've been working on that video for probably like 80 hours. It's getting kind of ridiculous, but technically that means that I've actually put work into it instead of just I hit the record button and start yapping. You're currently in space in Terraria? Isn't that a different game? Starbound? Wow, we went full circle. Hello? Who did this? Rare? There we go. All right. Yeah, I find myself picking up a lot more items in this game than PoE 1. Terraria in space. Isn't that basically Risk of Rain Returns? Oh, this might be the camp. Ravaged camp.
Oh my, greedy fool.
Greedy fools. Yeah, I'm the one taking the stuff. All right, that should be it. Yeah, so we're fully complete. That's all gray. That wasn't half bad. I feel like the build's working now. We just have to consider what my next steps are on the passive tree. I kind of like the idea of looking at elemental damage. But obviously we want to be scaling physical. But there's not a lot of physical options left in this direction. There's this here, which is physical. But it leads into bleed, which I'm not sure if I should be doing that. Crit chances in there. That's actually pretty good. And then there's physical over here, which becomes physical adds chaos, which is also okay. We're down here because we wanted... I think... Why am I down here? Crit chance. This is like kind of unfortunate. There's like a redundant pathing. I guess like you would take this out and stick it here. I was here because of these minion pieces for life. But I guess that's in here. Sometimes when you're playing Path of Exile, it's a matter of like, what direction can I go in that's technically better? So yeah, we'll remove this, head up like this way. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. Compare it to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Assuming we don't want Gravedigger, which is like kind of a good piece. I don't know if I want to spend 5 points to get both of these. Then we come up here, grab this. We could keep going up to get more fizz damage, which leads to crit damage bonus, so this is also good. Or we go down. Which I guess like we're already up here, but like you would stop here and then keep going this way to hit crit chance, power charges, which is like, I guess not all that important, but the critical damage for getting a power charge is pretty good. And then down here for more crit damage bonus. And then I have to decide, do I want to opt in to Storm Charge or not? So we have some good ideas. Not going off of any kind of guides, because I highly doubt there's robust guides out there. I'm sure people are just like putting up what they have done thus far without a lot of testing behind it. But people are smart. A lot of folks who have like a lot of time in Path of Exile, they kind of have an idea on how a build should operate once the pieces are together. But anyway, chat, I'm gonna end it here. A little bit of a short stream, but don't worry, we're logging off for good reasons. If you enjoy Path of Exile, I encourage you to follow the channel, as well as all the other stuff that we do, including roguelike games. You can find those on YouTube. Also follow on Blue Sky. I mean, I do still have Twitter, but you'll probably see more posts from actual Blue Sky. YouTube, join the Discord if you're not already there. If you like Path of Exile, we do have a section on Discord, so you can talk more about it. I haven't posted there yet, because I didn't like my character until basically today. However, now I feel a lot better about it. Either way, I'm going to call it here. Big thanks to everyone tuning in. Stream could not be possible without you, the viewer. Definitely hope you enjoy the rest of your day, night, evening, whatever, wherever you are. And I will catch you all next time. Have a good night, everybody.